Hello, and welcome to Wisdom Across Ages. I'm your host, Tara Meesala. Joining us today, as always, is my grandfather, Reddy.
Hi, Tara.
Hi. Today, we're going to be learning about climate change. Can you tell us a little about what climate change is?
Yeah, so you see, Tara, over the last 100 odd years, we're starting to burn a lot of fuel, gas, petrol, diesel, and so on. All this produces a lot of carbon dioxide, which goes to the top part of the earth, covers the earth's surface, and because of that, all the heat in the earth can't get out. So our planet is getting warmer and warmer. This is called the climate change because of excess carbon dioxide, which is actually coating the whole surface part of the earth.
Climate change also includes all the natural disasters and all of the change in climates, basically.
So what happens with climate change is all this heat that's trapped in the atmosphere of the earth starts producing a lot of bizarre effects on the weather.
Yes.
So what happens is you start getting rains when you don't want to have them. The summers get very hot. You must have noticed in United States how hot it's become in the summers. It wasn't like that before. The summers gets hot. What most important is the Antarctic regions melts. And when this ice melts, the sea rises and then you get big waves in the ocean. Then also you get all these cyclones, typhoons, all these things are secondary to climate change. And because of this heating of the earth's surface, all these changes in the weather occur.
Wow, that's very interesting. But Tata, why does climate change even matter so much?
Climate change matters because the changes are the whole atmosphere, and this results in several problems. For example, if there's too much heat, people are dying because of heat. If there's too much of cyclones and typhoons, it can flood the whole region, people die. And most importantly, health of the people are completely affected with climate change. People become sicker, they develop diseases of the intestines, lungs, and so on. So all this makes people unhealthy because of this climate change.
Wow, I never knew that. Also, doesn't climate change heat up oceans quicker? I heard that actually 90% of all of this heat is going into heating the oceans.
Yes. So climate change heats up the oceans, and because of this, of course, you get all the living organisms in the oceans, like the fish and so on, they all die. And that again is not good because, we depend on fish as our food.
Yeah.
And also for the natural ecology, it's very important to maintain balance between various organisms in the sea. All this goes off because of climate change.
Yeah, and like you said, like all the natural nature rhythms kind of get pulled out of sync and they can count on that.
Yes. They get pulled out and then the whole ratio between different organisms changes. And that's again not good for nature.
Yeah. That basically means that you can't rely if you think it's going to be sunny in the summer or cloudy in the winter. You really don't know anymore. And now we're going to get to the Rapids Fun Fact time. The first one is, before climate change, Greenland used to be a lush green tundra.
Yeah, millions of years back, Greenland actually was a very lush green area. That was very, very long back. And then, of course, now Greenland is not green, it's full of ice.
And did you know Earth's rotation is actually slowing down as ice melts?
Yes. As ice melts, the Earth rotation comes down. And I think various other effects also come in.
Yeah. Also, last but not least, did you know also, just like Greenland, the Arctic used to be like a tropical island?
Yeah, before climate change. So all these climate changes that are occurring because of heating of the Earth, the carbon that's accumulating, is resulting in a marked change in all the lands that we're seeing. So what we're seeing now won't be seen many years later. So I think we should be very careful to preserve the climate so that the changes in the heat in the earth should not increase too much. If it increases too much, all these problems come.
That's true. Next, we're going to answer the most asked questions about this topic. Firstly, how fast is Earth actually warming up?
So the earth is heating up very fast. In recent times, heating up 3 times the normal rate what it used to.
And did you know that all the 10 warmest years that have been recorded are all within this last decade?
Yes, I believe it's all in the last decade that most of the heat warming occurred, which is because of the industrialization that has occurred in the last decade. And you know something, Tara? It's actually even the hospitals contribute to increased heat, and the climate change. They make the earth more warm because of various activities that goes on in a hospital, and we're trying to reduce that now.
Okay, what's the difference between weather and climate? Because I'm very confused. I think they're the same thing, right?
This is a very interesting question. Uh, Weather is what happens day to day. For example, today it's raining, this is weather. Tomorrow it's sun, this is weather. Whereas climate is something that happens over a long period of time in a region. The climate can change. Summers can become very hot, winters can become very cold. This is what we call climate change. So there's a difference between weather and climate.
Okay, now I understand that. But I still don't get the difference between global warming and climate change.
Yeah, so global warming is what happens whenever I told you earlier that carbon gets into the Earth's atmosphere in the top portion, gets trapped there. The heat is not going up outside the Earth, so it's within so the whole Earth gets very warm. And when this warmth occurs, you have alteration in the weather, day to day weather. You never realize suddenly it rains a lot, it becomes very hot, and all these changes occur because of the warming of the Earth.
Wow, we learned a lot today.
Thank you.
Yes, this has been Wisdom Across Ages. This is Tara Meesala signing off. Bye, thanks for listening.